Good morning. So today it is Thursday and we have a one-on-one with Miss Ruth Cummins at the West Yorkshire archive, where I have about 30-45 minutes sit down in the archive basement that I get to interview her, talk with her about Ann Lister and about the exhibit that's about to open up this week. No one is allowed in the archive right now, and I got special permission. Super grateful for that. Again, I just sent an email and said, "Hi, can I please come? My name's Azariah. I'm an undergrad. I really love history. I love archives. This is what I want to do, please." And she was like, "I was just like you." Yeah, not a problem. So I'm really excited to do that. Another really, really fun piece of the adventure is that we bought the wrong wall converters. So I have to go get converters to make sure I can upload these vlogs on the dates that I promised. So that's goal number 2 today after the archive trip, unless the hotel has some, and I'm really, really hoping the hotel has a couple extra I can spare, because they had one last night that they let me have, but it was only USB, and I have to have a plug-in because it's a Lightning USB-C port, Apple, whatever. But I'm very, very excited. I cannot wait to get today started. I feel like I look fresh, look good, feel like I'm representing UNCG well. And more than anything, I really just want to know what it's like to be an archivist here versus what it's like to be an archivist here in... I really want to know what it's like to be an archivist here in England, Halifax, West Yorkshire, basically, versus what it's like to be an archivist in America, what it's like to be an archivist in Greensboro or North Carolina, and see those similarities and differences. I will see you either before the archives, hopefully I'm able to film the trip going, or I will film at the archives if I'm allowed to, and if not, you will see an interview style like this of what the archive interview is like with Miss Ruth. So I'll see you soon. Bye. Didn't really get the chance to tell you what I'm here for. So, like I said, I'm here for Ann Lister's birthday week. It's a celebration where we all come together to celebrate Ann Lister's birthday. That's what we're doing. And the producers of Gentleman Jack, which is a show based off of Ann Lister and her wife, Ann Walker, are going to be here. So I was able to tweet the founding author who started this whole decoding of Ann Lister's diaries back in the 80s and 90s, and asked if there was a way that I would be able to have the pleasure to meet her while I'm here in Halifax, and just wanted to thank her because I found Ann Lister in a time when I was very sick back in 2020, and Ann Lister's tenacity and courage is one of the reasons why I was able to really, really, really get my strength just to, get better and to start healing. And I'm still on that journey. And she replied, as you can see up here, or wherever I put it, you'll see it in the film. And she said she would love any gift from UNCG and from myself, and she couldn't wait to meet me. So I'm really excited about that. I have a little goodie bag of department shirts, history club shirts, and some of the merch that we have for her. So she can see where I'm from, just because she has been such a huge, huge, huge part of my life, and I don't even know who she is. In reality, I just know her name. Over 5 million words were written, so it's taken actually in the last year and a half, 185 people from around the world have become what they've called code breakers, and these code breakers have deciphered the remaining diaries. So they actually sent the diaries out twice, or copies of them. So while they were deciphering the code, someone else was also deciphering the same page. And when they got those back, they would highlight the differences, and then they would go to the diary and see exactly what might have been said, or if there was a squiggly Y, or if an X was one way, or however Ann Lister did her code, because Ann Lister kept a crypt code, and you had to know the crypt code in order to read her letters, and she had to keep that crypt code because the letters that she wrote were very sexual, especially with her partners. They were very descriptive. And in the 1700s, that's not something that a woman should do. So she made a code, and the people that she wrote to knew that code, had a key to that code, understood the code, knew what an X means. So, for example, if there was an X, it means that there was an orgasm. There were different terms for different things. So it was really interesting to see and hear that story about how the archive reached out to the world basically and said, we want your help. We know that you're here. If you want to be a part of this, please come and be a part of it. So that was one part of it that was really interesting for me. Absolutely loved the archives and walking around downtown Halifax. It was absolutely amazing. Just being able to sit with Ruth for the time that I was able to and talk to her and ask her those questions about what it was like working in an archive, what kind of education she needed, why she started working in archives, and just getting to know her for the 17-20 minutes that I did was amazing. And it was even cooler because I got to see the team that she has starting and finishing this exhibit about Ann Lister, who lived here. We're celebrating her birthday for Ann Lister's birthday week, so that's why I'm here in Halifax. Halifax is in West Yorkshire, England, of course, and everyone who loves Ann Lister and Ann Walker are coming from around the world, like me, to celebrate her birthday, which is amazing. So the archives itself, I mean, getting to see some of the diaries just up front and personal was probably a moment I'll never forget, because I was allowed to see this work behind the scenes, and I've never been able to see that before because I am still an undergrad, I'm still a student. And then being able to see some of the exhibition that is already up that they do have displayed. Now, what they're working on downstairs in the basement in their archive is actually having these diaries out so you can actually physically see them. Now, of course, you can't touch them unless you've been trained. You know, we don't want to lose a page of any of her work, because according to Ruth, it was 5 million words in code that Ann Lister wrote. And to me, that's absolutely amazing. I keep a diary. I'm not sure if you keep a diary, but I am nowhere close to 5 million words in my lifetime. I don't even think I'm close to 1 million, which makes me realize I probably should be writing in my diary more. But that's why I have a vlog. So welcome to, 2022. I feel like if Ann Lister could have had a vlog, she probably would have had a vlog. But that's beyond the point. Just that difference in degrees that you need to have. For her, she just had to have her master's degree in public records. so she can become an archivist. She was a history major as her undergraduate, and I explained to her here that I'm also a history major for my undergraduate, but I'll be getting my master's in public history, and then I'll also have to get a master's degree in information library science, because that's what you have to have in America to become an archivist. That's really what they want, are those dual degrees, and I do eventually want to have a PhD as well. So her face, just hearing how long I'm going to have to be in school versus her time in university for undergrad and then her 1 year for her master's, it was just this huge difference, because she's trained just as well as anyone else is, which, just the difference of education, the difference of how we do things in America versus how they do things here in England, definitely how they do things different in Yorkshire. It was one of the best experiences that I've ever had, was just seeing the archive and seeing a behind the scenes part of the exhibition come to life, and seeing some of the diaries, and then seeing the behind the scenes work and her team come together. And one of the things she told me was, as an undergraduate, she really thought that she would be by herself in an archive, and that this job is one of the most people-friendly, jobs that there can be, because you are working with the public. You're working with people who are searching for something. As a historian, you're searching for something, and there's someone out there that has it. There's someone out there that knows something, whether it's a diary, a story, an oral history, a picture. So having that public component of it really amazed me, because if you know me, you know I love talking to people. You know me because I love talking to random cameras, like I'm looking at a person across from me. So with that said, I am going to go find some dinner. I'm going to relax, and hopefully the snow lets up a little bit. And as you can see, I've changed because I was super cold. I'm going to post those photos I took in a little montage, and I hope that you enjoy them, but I will see you all later. Bye.